Welcome to Movie Measure's YouTube video tutorial series. In this tutorial, we will briefly go over how to use your Movie Measure app to conduct lobby checks and also cover some tips to help you complete a successful audit. Before we begin, let's talk about connectivity. Because many theaters do not have reliable Wi-Fi service throughout the building, it's important to be prepared to use your backup paperwork or some kind of note-taking app in your smartphone for listing the material types, movie titles, and material locations in your theater. Prior to starting your lobby check, you should review your full lobby user guide. Here you can find more detailed instructions on using the app when conducting your audit. You can find this guide in the confirmation email you received from assignments@moviemeasure.com. To get started, you will need to log into your Movie Measure app and choose the assignment marked Lobby Check in your assignments list. Remember to have your GPS enabled before you begin. Once you've selected your assignment, you will be able to check into the theater and see your letter of authorization. You will find a glossary of material types you can use for your reference. After confirming your check-in, continue on to the manager's signature and review the scope of work. When you're ready to begin listing materials, click on the Add Materials button located in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. To add materials, you first select the material type from the drop-down menu. Next, type in the title of the movie. A drop-down box will appear as you type, and you will select the appropriate movie from that list. If the title does not appear, first check the spelling and make sure you're entering everything correctly. If everything is correct and it still doesn't appear, follow the instructions in the app for manual entries. After the title, you will enter the material location, floor level, area it was closest to, foot traffic, and the material's condition. If the material is damaged, a comment box will appear for you to describe what kind of damage you encountered. If your location has digital displays, you will be prompted to select whether it is a single feature or a rotating display. Rotating displays have several digital movie posters or teasers displayed on a slideshow or loop. When you select this option, the app will prompt you to take two 10-second videos of the display. Even though there are several titles, do not record more than 2 videos. These videos are for representational purposes only. They are not meant to capture all of the videos and titles that are displayed. However, you do need to list all the movie titles that you see. When the drop-down box appears, you will check off the box to the right of that title. Clear your search field and repeat this process, checking off each movie as it appears on the display. If for any reason your app crashes or your phone will not allow you to take videos, you will need to select Single Feature Display. For single feature displays, you will photograph and list each title separately. Also, remember all the photos and videos you take in the app autosave on your camera roll. So in the unlikely event your app does crash or you experience a loss of service, your assignment photos and videos should always be accessible. Once you have captured all the movie promotional materials in every area of your theater, follow the prompts in the app to submit your data. An important thing to remember is it may take several moments for the data to upload, especially if your location has several materials. Also, when it comes to submitting your lobby, it's best to do this in a place where the theater has a strong Wi-Fi or cellular connection. But remember, if you run into any issues, you can always reach out to our support line for help. The next thing we'll look at is material types. While some material types may seem obvious, in reality, they can cause quite a bit of confusion. One of the most confusing is the one-sheet versus the digital one-sheet. One-sheets are probably the most common form of material you will find in a theater. Most one-sheets are in the traditional cases movie theaters have been using for decades, but they can be displayed in many different types of cases. Many of these cases are lit from the inside, or what we call backlit. So the image looks like it's digital, but in reality, these are just one-sheets and should be listed as such. You may also find cases that are stacked with several different posters covering a section of wall. And while they're in the same place, and may even be the same movie, these are individual one-sheets and should be photographed and listed separately. So what is a digital one-sheet? A digital one-sheet is just that, a digital picture of the movie poster. This can be tricky because many regular one-sheets are in backlit cases, but a digital one-sheet will only be displayed on an actual LCD or digital plasma screen. When it comes to digital one-sheets, if you're unsure, the best thing to do is use regular one-sheet as your default material. Speaking of displays, lightboxes can also cause some confusion. Many think this is a type of one-sheet case. However, a lightbox is not a case. It's a very specific type of material. Lightboxes are typically very large self-standing displays, most often triangular in shape. Although they are also backlit, they will not have a one-sheet or a bus shelter inside them. Rather, the picture will be embedded or embossed on hard plastic covering, typically one on each side. Flat cards and easel back standees are another source of confusion. In most cases, you will see more flat card standees in a theater, but easel backs are also common, especially for movies that are critically acclaimed. In most cases, they look exactly the same and have the same type of backing. The difference is that an easel back standing has critical reviews on it. You might see several award graphics along with a quote from a magazine or a movie critic. These are the things that make easel back standees different from flat cards. Finally, when it comes to popcorn tubs and drink cups, you do not need to list the movie titles for retail materials that are upsold as merchandise. Only the movie titles for those that are actually used as regular concession items. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more movie measure tips, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks for watching.